Okay, can you see the screen, guys? Everyone, what you can see on the screen?
Excel screen.
Excel sheet.
Yeah.
Excel sheet. Okay,
Excel. That's
all
it.
right, good. Good that you see Excel sheet. Congratulations. Okay. Okay, is my voice clear? Audible?
Yes.
Yes,
Clear?
we
Yes.
agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Right. Give me 1 second. So, how was your yesterday session, guys? How was your yesterday session? How was the yesterday
Very good.
session?
Good.
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 Okay. Right. Okay. Now, okay. Imagine now. I have. Let's see. Okay. I have 10 tickets. Okay. 10 defects. How many defects? Yes. How many defects?
10.
10
10.
defects.
10 defects.
10.
Okay. 10. Right. And I have like this severity 1, severity 3, severity 2, like this, severity 4, severity 1, severity 1, severity 2. Okay, like this. So I have, let's say, just drag this one. How many are there now? 9, severity 3. Okay. Can you see the screen, right? How many defects I have right now? How many
9.
defects?
10
10.
defects.
10.
10 defects, right? Who was raising these defects? QA is raised the defects, correct?
Yes.
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 Right? How did you raise? How did you raise? Example, which is in the test case, you found that the expected result is not equal to the actual result,
Actual.
right?
Result.
Right. So you come to a conclusion. Hey, just 1 minute. What's this? Hey, Koti Devala. What's your name? Koti. Username Koti Daiwala. Hello, can you hear me, Koti? Koti, can you hear me? Can you unmute and talk to me, please? What's your name? Okay, all right. Let me remove him from the meeting who are responding. All right. So QA has raised his defects, and what is the level of severity? What is the level of severity? Is S1, S2, S3 by 4, right? We know that severity raising from 1 to 4, right? Yes or no? Right? One
Yes.
being more
Yes.
serious, 4 being it is kind of a suggestion or a small issue,
Yeah,
right?
optional also.
Okay. Now, now, now there are 10 defects. Now, this 10 defects should be assigned to the developer, correct? You agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Developer should be assigned, right? Developer should be
Yes.
assigned, correct? Developer should be assigned all these 10 defects, correct? Now, all the 10 defects has been assigned to one developer, correct? All 10 defects has been assigned to one developer. Now, this developer, which tickets, can you tell me here? I'll write which tickets will be, which tickets will he'll start fixing it. What is the first ticket he'll
Based on the
start?
priority.
On severity based. Severity one.
Correct.
Yes.
Based on the
Yes. Severe.
based on the severity. Correct.
Severity.
Now, in
Based
this case, in this case, how many severity? 1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4, 5.
5.
Right?
5. 5 severity one.
5 severity tickets. Now all these 5, I'll just copy here is SV1 and I'll put it like this. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, till I'll just copy. Correct? He'll fix like this. Then followed by S2, right? Then followed by S2, correct? Then followed by
Yes.
S3. Then followed by S4. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, everyone?
Yes.
I want
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Yes, Vinod.
Yes, right? Correct. Now, can I say this one? Based on the severity, priority is selected, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Everyone.
Yes.
Based on the severity, priority is set. Priority is set, correct? Now,
Yes.
now, what was my yesterday question in the WhatsApp? What was my yesterday question in the WhatsApp regarding this?
What is
Severity
the
based on
Severity is
First
selected based
question.
on the priority.
True or false?
What was the first question? Right? Severity is
Is
selected
selected
based on
based
the
on the priority.
priority. What is the answer for this? Is it true or false now?
True. Severity
false?
based.
Severity is
False.
Now,
selected
read the
based on the
question correctly. Severity is selected based on the priority. Is that the right or wrong? True or false?
False.
false.
False,
False.
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 Priority based on the severity.
Is based on the severity.
Correct. Priority is
Yes.
selected now. Which tickets needs to be selected is based on the severity, right?
Severity. Yes.
Correct. No, but what I'm asking here, severity is selected based on the priority.
No, false.
False.
No, no.
False.
It's
But
false.
what you guys answered yesterday? You
True.
answered,
I didn't
you answered true, right? You
Yes.
answered true, right? Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So answer is
False.
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 Now another question. Priority is selected based on the severity.
Severity. That is
Is
Yes.
it true or false?
True.
true.
True. But what you
True.
guys have selected?
False.
False.
Actually, we just saw priority and severity. Yeah, both are similar.
No,
So
that's
that's
fine.
why
See, I'm not saying you people have committed some crime, but I'm just making you understand. See, I can
yes,
Little
simply
confused.
say, yesterday night only it is wrong or right, but I want to give an example. I want to make you understand why you have selected that. What is your thought in your mind, but selecting a wrong answer. Okay, right? Okay, now Anita is also here. Even Anita was also answering same thing. Anita, right? Okay, guys, is the confusion clear now?
Yes.
yes,
Yes,
Vinod.
very clear.
Yes.
I hope half of the people were answering in the sleepy mode. Array, say yes or no, yaar. What difference that will take? It's only WhatsApp free of cost. No one will penalize anything. It's only 1,000 rupees fees. What else Vinod sir can do, right?
Nothing like that we do. We are serious only in the class.
Okay, good that you are serious. But don't be that much serious. Learn the subject, but don't be that much serious.
Little confused, that's it.
Okay, it is a confusion only. See, it is important that you should be confused. When you understand the subject only, you'll confuse. When you ignore the subject, you'll not have any confusion. And I leave it like that. We'll coin the toss, like we'll put the toss and we'll see if it head and tails, we'll answer it, whatever it comes. No. Because you have that subject in your mind, you were just confused what to select. But I want to clear that confusion. Now everyone confusion is clear, correct? Everyone confusion is
Yes.
clear?
Yes.
Yes,
Now it
Vinod.
is clear.
Okay, very good. Right. Excellent. Now let's come back to our subject, sharing the screen. What window should I be sharing? Okay. Right. Let me open the. Okay. Now, before I open something, now we understand that there is a software development life cycle, right? That we understood, correct? And while I
Yes.
was explaining the software development life cycle, I told that you will be learning more life cycles like this. What are those? The one it will be software testing life cycle. The other one, it will be bug life cycle. Correct? It means that how the project is evolving right from the requirement phase to the conclusion phase. What all stages it will undergo. That is known as a software development life cycle. What is a software testing life cycle? To conduct a testing, what are the stages a project will undergo? So this is little different. I'm talking about software testing life cycle. Inside the testing life cycle, what are the stages a project will undergo? That is said to be software testing life cycle. That we'll study in some time. The same, the another one important one, very, very important one is the bug life cycle or the defect life cycle. That we know when we call that as a defect. We all know when we call that as a defect, when something is not matching, correct? When expected is not matching with the actual, correct?
Yes,
When
deviation.
when something
Yes.
is deviating from the requirements, it is said to be a defect. We all know it, and there is no confusion in this. Now, what's the defect we identify? Nobody will give you a World Cup because you identify a defect, right? This is part of your job. You identify defect as a tester, that is a normal. But for a developer, it is not a normal. He will be questioned why the defects are raised, so many defects. As a tester, it is your achievement. You can see, hey, this person has raised this many defects. And it is, generally to have a competition inside the QA teams. If there are 4 to 5 people working, and if that girl is raising too many defects, sometimes they feel jealous. Sometimes, it is very challenging. You should know the requirements, then only you can raise the defects. That's a challenge that you take it in a real projects. Identifying defect is not a small job. You have to put all your attention, all your concentration, it's not only concentration. Every time you should validate with your functional requirements. Yes, I got this defect. Is it really a defect? You should check with your document. So check with your document. Right. So once you identify defect, what is the next course of action? You'll assign the defect to the developer. Now, right from the birth of a defect till it get closed, the defect will undergo a different life cycle. And as a tester, you should have thorough knowledge of what is a defect life cycle or what is a bug life cycle. This will be another interview question. For sure, people will ask lot many questions in this life cycle. You should be very well aware of what are the different stages a bug will undergo. What is the stage called? Who will start it? Who will end it? You should understand everything, right? So let me share the screen now so that you'll understand what I'm talking about, right? Now let me know what you see on the screen, guys.
Bug
Bug
life
life
cycle.
Life
cycle.
cycle.
Bug life cycle. Excellent. You got the answer now. Can we move on to the next session?
No.
Yes, Vinay.
No, you want to learn more on this?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no,
We'll
no,
do.
okay.
Arey, who said no, yeah? Tell me who said no. We'll move on to
Yes.
next topic. Okay. Even if you say we'll move on to next topic, I will not allow because I want you to understand this. Okay. Now, what you see on the screen, these are the green boxes, which talks about the process which is going into your right side direction. And the one which is again the direction, right, which is coming back. Okay, let's talk about one by one. Okay, let's talk about one by one. So this is a generic terminology which normally every defect tracking tool will have. The defect tracking tool, sometimes they say assigned. Some tools will say in progress. Some tools will say a different terminology. But ideally, it should not mandatory that you should learn each and every defect tracking tool in this world. But you should know what is the generic formula used across all the defect tracking tool. Right now, first stage, what happens whenever you raise a defect, right? Where you will raise, obviously you raise a defect in the defect tracking tool. Now, why you raise a defect, right? So what all things you say, hey, this is the test case number. I'll show you one real-time examples in couple of days. I already have it. Do not worry, but try to understand the bug life cycle. You will input all it is all user-friendly application. It will ask what is your email address, what project you're working in, what is the test case number, right? Then whether this is available in which environment. Then you'll write in the body, you'll write, these are the step one, I logged or I opened the page. Step two, I clicked on this button. Step three, this is open. Step four, there is an error page. It means you will write steps to reproduce. Very, very, very important. What does that mean? Steps to reproduce. It means you are telling the developer where the error is there. You are telling the steps to navigate to that particular area. It is like this. Let's say the issue is at Secunderabad and you are at example Patancheru. You are telling the developer to travel, hey, take this bus number is this, get down at this stage, travel to this place, travel for this much time, get down the bus at this stage, and you will reach a Secunderabad. The same way, you have identified the defect. In the body of the defect tracking tool, you'll enter steps to reproduce. Steps to reproduce is something you'll tell the developer where you are encountering the issue. You'll write the steps. Okay. Now, the moment you submit the defect, right? The first stage, when you submit the defect, it will be in the open or new stage. Open or in the new stage, right? Now, the moment it is open or new stage, automatically, or if you want to assign to particular developer, or while raising a defect, you already selected a developer, it means from the new stage, it will move to the assigned stage. Okay. The bug what you raised, it will be in the assigned stage. See, new and open is something that defect is not assigned to anybody, not being assigned to anybody. But at the stage of assign, it means, see the TE, there is a word called T.E, test engineer, right? At the assign stage, the test engineer will assign that particular defect to a particular developer. When it is assigned, it means that defect is assigned to a developer. Okay. When it shows assign, it means a defect is assigned to a developer. Correct? Few defect tracking tool. There will be one more status between assigned to fixed. There is one more status called as in progress. Whenever developer is working on a particular defect, it will says the status as in progress. See, why there should be a in progress? Because the fixing of the bug may happen in 1 or 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 10 days also. Okay. So if someone is looking at the defect tracking tool or a bug report tells us this many defects are in pending status. By looking at the status of the defect, if it shows in progress, it means developer is working on it. Okay. Now, once the in progress is completed, developer will change the status as fixed. Fixed, it means he has fixed the defect, but he has not deployed in the QA environment. He has fixed the issue in the dev environment. He's waiting for deploy in QA environment. The moment he deploy the or deploy is a new word. If you are listening for the first time, it means if he is moving the build from the dev environment to QA environment, he will change the status of the bug to a retest. So it is as simple as that. Fixed will be always, it will be on the developer's name. Retest will be on the tester's name. The developer, what he'll do, he'll change the defect from his name to a tester name when a defect needs to be retested again. All the defects which are in retest phase, it means tester is actually doing the retesting on the defects. Out of 10, if let's say all the defects are in the retest stage, the tester will test each and every defect. Now let's say the first defect he has retested, sorry. If he has retested, if it is working fine, the arrow mark which is going up, it shows fixed properly, then the defect is closed. If it is not fixed properly, if the issue still exists, it will be reopened again. Once it is reopened, you have to change the name from the tester to the developer again. That is where you see the arrow mark reopen is again assigning back to the developer. Again, it will go to the assign status and developer will fix it. Again, it will come to the retest stage. If the testing is perfectly done, if the issue is fixed properly, then it is closed. Then it is, if it is not fixed properly, it will be reopened. The cycle keeps on repeating till the defect is closed. Any confusion? Please let me know. Otherwise, we will move on to the next step.
No, it's clear.
No, Vinod.
Clear, clear.
It looks very simple, but it is very confusing. Okay, it is simple, but
No,
very
no, this is
confusing.
clear.
It's clear.
Clear?
Clear.
Yes, Vinod.
Yes.
Sure, everyone?
Yes, Vinod.
Yes.
Yes, Vinod.
Yes, Vinod.
Okay. 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 Now, please make sure that you understand this concept so that we'll move ahead for this step. Okay. Now, this is the same bug life cycle, but little bit more phases added to it. Now, if you look at the first stage, it is a new stage, right? This is terminology is same, but new thing which is added, I'll explain it. You see these stages, right? New, assign, open, fixed, retest. New is something when new defect is raised. Unless it is been assigned to the developer, it will be in the new stage. Once it is moved to the assign stage, it means you have assigned a defect to the developer. Now it is open or in progress. Fixed, it means defect is fixed. Assigned to the tester for retesting, working fine, it will be close. Okay, now forget about these steps, these are the same, but these steps are more important. So whenever any defect is assigned to the developer, it is not mandatory that he will be working on the defects. Okay, it means any defect that has been assigned to the developer, he will check whether it is a valid defect, right? Whether it is a valid defect. It means if there are two people, three people working in the same project, if a bug is already raised and the same bug is raised by the another person, it can be a duplicate one, correct? So if developer is getting same defect twice, right? Then he'll say, hey, one defect is valid, the second one is duplicate. Then he'll change the status to duplicate and submit it. Second option, whenever any defect is raised, developer will check whether this is a valid defect. Example, there might be a scenario where the customer has given the functional requirements. Yes, I want this particular button to be displayed on this area, but thereafter in subsequent calls, customer might have told, hey, you know what, I thought that button would be really helpful, but we'll see, for now, please don't add that button, remove the button and we can deliver the product. But as a tester, you might have forgot that change, and but unknowingly you have raised that defect. And developer reminds that customer has changed the requirement and he doesn't want that button. And as a tester, you missed out due to your personal issues or due to too many things on your head. You missed to understand the requirement. You have raised the defect stating the button is missing. But developer will say, hey, tester, this button is no longer required by the customer. This was discussed in so and so call. Hence, he will reject the bug stating this defect or bug will not be fixed. The status will be rejected. Third one, customers say that, yes, I want, example, it's a Gmail functionality. Customers say that, I want that attachment feature also in the compose page. Let's do it. And after some time, he said that, no. You release the product Gmail application now. In the second phase of the contract, maybe in next month, again, I'll ask you to do it. Till that time, don't add that attachment into the current functionality. Park in your place. When I say, then you add it. Till that time, you don't add that attachment functionality. You keep it ready, but don't add it. I will tell you when to add. In that stage, right, it can be deferred. Deferred is something which can be delayed till customer confirms back when he wants, whether he wants in the third build onwards, fourth build onwards, or phase one of the project, phase two of the project, might be in a number of reasons. So we have to make sure as a tester, you should thoroughly joining all the calls. It is not important that you are joining the calls. You should also listen what is going on, what customer is telling, whether he wants any changes, whether he is adding something, whether he is removing something. Based on that, you will be doing your testing activities. You cannot fight with the developer saying that, this is the defect only. In spite of developer telling you the recent call, customer has agreed to remove this feature, but still tester is raising the defect. So it is very important that you will be attending every damn call of the customer. You will be questioning every call, why this is required, why this is not required, what is your plan. Everything needs to be thoroughly noted. And based on that understanding, the tester will be raising the defects. Okay. Now, I'll just repeat once again. Whenever a defect is raised, it will be in the new status. Unless and until it is assigned to someone, it will be on the new status. When the defect is assigned to someone, it will be on the assigned status. When the developer is started working on it, it will be in progress or open status. Once developer fixed that bug, it will be in the fixed status. Once the developer deploy in the QA environment, he will reassign bug back to the tester or whoever has raised the defect. It will be in the retest stage. If 10 bugs or 10 defects are in retest stage, it means all the 10 bugs should be retested, should be checked whether they are fixed properly or not. If fixed properly, it will be closed. If not, it will be reopened. And please, very, very important, once the defects are assigned, developer will not fix that immediately. He will, he will make sure that he'll understand the defect first. Based on the understanding, he will be deciding to fix it, or if it is a duplicate, is it not required for now? It is not a bug at all. It is rejected. If it is delayed by the customer, then it is deferred. Okay. Any confusion in the two life cycles?
No, Vinod. It's clear.
Yeah.
What is meaning by deferred? I uh, I understand duplicate and rejected also, but what is deferred?
Okay. See, now, example, right? We have taken a Gmail application. Customer has given the requirements, out of which one requirement is attaching images to the email. Okay. And we started working
Okay.
on it. We started working on it. We started developing. And after 10 days or a month, customer in one of the calls said, hey, you know what? The attaching images functionality, you can stop it for now. You can release sometime later. I'll tell you when to release. Don't release that functionality in the existing application. You only release compose page. You only release user can send an email, but don't add the attachment functionality. So what we do, right? What we do, we say, right? Testers, what we do, you are going to raise a defect, right? But looking at the application, you saw that the attachment functionality is missing, right? You say that attachment functionality is missing.
Okay.
You raise the defect. You raise a defect. Developer checking it. Array, yes, in the beginning, customer has given the requirement, but last month, customer has changed the requirement stating this functionality can be hold for a couple of days, or maybe in the next 2 to 3 builds, right? Or the next phase of the project, he wants that to be added, right? Now, developers were very much aware, but testers were not aware of it. Testers have forgot. Now, they raised that as a defect. Now, developer is saying, hey, tester, yes, we agree that there was a requirement of adding that attachment functionality, but recent call, customer has agreed that they don't need this functionality at this stage. He wants sometime in the future. So hence, this is not a bug or not a defect. We will park this defect, right? Saying deferred. There is an option in drop down. You have to select as a deferred. Then automatically that bug will be parked, right? So deferred status is something, it is not important now. This defect can be fixed later on in future, right? These are all the stages in the defect tracking tool. If developer selects a duplicate, it means there is a duplicate bug has been raised. If it is rejected, then it is not a bug at all. If it is deferred, it means this can be fixed at later point of time. It is not urgent now. Customer don't need this at this stage. Got it?
Okay, Vinod, got it.
Anyone? Any confusion, please? Anyone? Anyone needs more clarification?
No, Vinod, it's clear.
It's clear, Vinod.
It's clear.
Clear, clear.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the same one, the same one, the same one. Only thing is, it is pointing out to the closed one. Now, in what all scenarios a bug can be closed? One, if it is verified successfully. Agreed? When it is verified successfully, it will be closed.
It's
If it is duplicate, it can be closed. If the bug is rejected, it can be closed. Right? These are all the different stages, but it talks about the same. It is different tools, different defect tracking tools has a different terminologies to close it. But as a tester, you should understand this bug life cycle. All right. Your silence is very dangerous.
yes, 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 sir.
We
You
got it,
might be
yes, sir.
sleeping. You might be sleeping nicely, or you might be confused, or you don't want to say anything at all.
No, Vinod, it's clear.
Yeah. Who is joining now? Itapi. Okay. All right. Let me show up the screen. Let me open the. Okay. Right. See, there is a free. I'll share the URL. Okay. This is the free defect tracking tool where you can practice, where you can start practicing. Okay. Now I recently found it. Yeah, this is the one. Who's not joining yet? What do you see on the screen, guys? Now, what do you see on the screen?
New lab account.
Log into new lab account.
Again, to your lab account.
Okay, I'm just pasting this in the chatting window. You guys can play around for free of cost. This is completely free of cost. Is this one? This is the defect tracking tool, guys, which is offering free of cost. And Yeah, can you ping your email address in the chatting window, please? Can you ping your email address in the chatting window? Now we'll have a real-time situation here. I'll try to explain. Guys are pasting it. Okay, now the moment you join in any organization, okay, this is the free one, and it will be like similar all the tracking tools. There is no different at all. Okay. Now, whenever you join in any project, right? The project name already will be created. Now, this is the see here, the sample project it shows, right? Sample project it shows. Now, the name of the project shows the moment you get the URL, the moment you get the username and password, then you will be able to logging in. Now, let me, where is the project? Need to see here, board dashboard. Okay, dashboard. We'll add new users. Okay. See here, these are the bugs which are showing here. The login page not working. Okay. Project. Where can we add the users? Generally, this is the job of a admin, right? Who add the users. Okay, let me open the sample project first. You see where we can add the users, and then we'll initiate the board issue documents files status.
Here
Can someone see anything?
top right side
Invite
invite
user.
users.
Okay, now this is the copy one. I'll list it. Member, no restrictions. Second, Satish. Member, no restrictions. Third is Tulsi. Okay. I'm inviting three. So you will be receiving an invite. Now invited three users. Let's add another user here. This one. Anita. Station. Invite. This
Yeah.
is Archana Vishwanath.
Vinod, actually, I'm unable to send my mail ID to in chat box. It is
Who is
getting
that?
failed. Rajlakshmi.
Rajashmi.
Yes.
Why it is getting failed?
I don't know why.
Okay, send it in the WhatsApp. Send it in the WhatsApp. No problem.
Okay. Now I will send.
Yeah, sure. And guys, I've sent invite. Something went wrong. What is?
Vinod, I'm also getting the same problem here. I will
Who is
send it
that?
to Kavita.
Kavita. Kavita. Okay, send it in WhatsApp. I'll send out the invite.
Okay.
Okay. Now, okay. Now, this is example. You want to raise a defect. Okay. See here. If whenever you go any dashboard of any defect tracking tool, see here left hand side, it says add a issue. Okay. Sometimes it might say create a defect, create a bug. Right now, what we are doing is adding a issue. Okay. Because I've logged in my name, right? It's select, you have to select the bug. It's not task. Okay. It is bug. Now, task is also one of the uh, work where for tracking purpose, managers will create and assign it to the developers. Okay, now here subject example. Example, if it is a Gmail application, compose page not working. This is the description. Right. Now here we discussed, right, steps to reproduce. Very, very important, guys. Very, very important. In every defect that you raised, you have to give the steps to reproduce. It means you are telling, hey developer, this is the bug. Where is the bug? In the Gmail application, the compose page is not working. But how to reach to this compose page? Now it is very simple example. You know Gmail. Once you click on username password, you will enter into the home page. Left hand side, you will see the compose page. But in real time, it is a huge navigations. Hundreds of pages you might be moving around, right? So to help the developers, right, you will write the steps to reproduce. Now, see here, status is new, correct? Because you're not assigning to someone, it is new. But if you're assigning here, see, I have to assign to myself. If you want to assign to myself, you can write. Here, I've sent invite to all these people. You imagine these are all the testers, correct? These are all not the developers. The developers will be also invited in a similar fashion like the testers have invited. No example. Satish is our developer. Just an example, guys. See here priority. See here priority, but this doesn't have any severity here. Okay. So if you think this bug is very serious, this tracking tool doesn't have a severity. Other tracking tools definitely it will have a severity. If you think this is an important one, you will set the priority as high. Rest all things is not mandatory. Okay, for this due date, when you want this bug to be fixed. And very, very important, you should always attach the screenshot of that particular error page. You know how to take a screenshot. Different companies will provide, example, if I go to the search one, right? Generally, I use like this snippet tool. Okay, I select the new one, I take the screenshot like this, save the image, example, right? Compose page. You will save it, the same you will be attaching here. Okay, and you click on add button. Now the issue has been created. If I go to the dashboard, see here, my defect is shown, right? Yes or no? My defect is shown. And the person who Satish was our developer, correct? Satish will receive an email or information. Hey, there is a defect on your name. See, if he wants to comment, he can comment it. I am working on this defect. Example, Satish is commenting, right? Can comment like this. He can see here what is going on. Now, what is there here? Some new project. Okay, project. If there are multiple projects, board issues. We'll see an issues first. Issues are something where if you are, it shows how many issues are there in this particular project. And it is very slow. Now, right now, have only one. Correct. Now, let me, okay, now, super. Now, example, like this, we have Can we create one or two so that it will be helpful? Let's create one or two. Let it be a bug. Gmail sent mail page not working. Always use the underscore. That's the best practice. Do not write as right. Assume steps to reproduce. Okay, I have written the steps to reproduce. We have assigned it to Satish. Set it as normal. Due date is example 17, and let's add it. And another issue, Gmail attachment not working. Step 1, 2, 3 written. Okay, it is open. It is high. Satish, due date is 20. Version, nothing is coming here for the milestones. And add. Now, let's say there are multiple defects are raised in the project, and you are one of the senior member in the project. Project manager is asking, hey, who is a senior here in our group? Okay, Hanita. Hanita is experienced in already testing. So I'll say, hey, Hanita, can you please give me a please give me a defect report. What is that word, guys? What is that word? What is that word?
Report.
Defect report.
Defect report. Right? What is that word? It is a defect. Where is that gone? Your course. Okay, 1 minute. Okay. Says defect report or bug report. Now, what is a defect report or what is a bug report? Where will you get it? Correct? Now, the moment he asks you, right, where you will go? You will go to the defect tracking tool. You open the issues place, right? You can see here, if you go and it is asking what format you want to download. And you just select the Excel sheet. Correct? Now, it is right. These are all the fields which is showing here. Issue type, assignee. If you don't want that fields to be displayed, you can remove any one of them. And you want only issue type, you don't want version, you want due date, you don't want that registered by. Yeah, I want this are all right. Correct? Now, if I want to download it, just click on Excel sheet. Now I have to wait and see one Excel sheet is downloaded for us, right? Now this contains, so you got an Excel sheet. This contains all the fields that you have selected. You have to just do some kind of a reformatting. Now, what is this? This is the defect report. How many defects are there in pending? This are the, and you are worried about the status. See, status is open. Priority is, see here, these are all very, very important. One, these are all not necessary. You can delete it. Right, these are all again not assignee is important. You can delete. ID is not important. Created by is important. Date is important. Attachment is not important. You can remove these fields. Okay. Now these are all the. And let me get this small one. Okay. Now this empty fields will remove it. You do some kind of deleting, which is not required for us. As a testers, what we need is when the bug was created, obviously project name will be there. This will be there. subject. You don't need the subject as well. Correct. Description as well. Right. You need this. Who is the assignee? Who has created it? Now you will be sending this to the manager. This is now your bug report. The manager will see there are 3 bugs pending, which are in the open status. Priority is like this. High and both are high, one is normal. Whom it has been assigned to this person called Satish. Now he'll go to the Teams channel, right? He'll go to Teams channel and he'll pick up Satish's name. He'll say, "Hey Satish, how are you, man? Everything is fine, good. So why there are 3 bugs pending? These are the IDs." So you'll copy and send it to him. The moment he clicks on this ID, he'll know these defects are pending on his name. And this is very, very important report for a meeting called defect triage meeting. We discussed this. What is defect triage meeting? Defect triage meeting is a meeting, right, where you're going to discuss about the defects, why the defects are pending, why the defects are not closing, why the defects are reopening, why so many defects are pending on that particular developer, why so many defects are pending on that particular tester to retest, right? Those all will be discussed in the defect triage meeting. This meeting is led by the QA manager or the project manager. Today, you have understood what is a bug life cycle and you understood how to raise a defect. You understood how to download a defect report and you are also understood what is a defect report, what are the columns inside the defect report. Today, after going home, I'll see this report again. I want everyone to create 10 defects, 10 bugs in this login. The moment I click on dashboard, I have to see how many people are there in the session now. There are 12 people. I want 12 into 10, 120 bugs created in this project. The moment you have only one project created, if I go to the dashboard, I should be seeing 120 defects. If I go and pull the report of the issues, so I should get 120, at least 10 defects, create different. Okay. Take one example and log multiple defects, no problem. So this will give you a habit of raising a defect. And once today's assignment is creating 10 defects in the portal. Make a note, 10 defects in this defect tracking tool. Second, you will download the defect tracking tool. Sorry, you will download the bug report and you will send it to me in the WhatsApp by end of the day. Not hurry. People who are working, you are happily, but by end of your day, right, before you say good night, I want those 10 defects should be logged and defect report should be pulled in Excel sheet. Remove the unwanted columns, send it to me in the WhatsApp by end of the day. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Vinod.
People
Vinod?
started
Yes,
slow.
Vinod. Already I sent my
Yes,
mail
Vinod.
ID in WhatsApp.
Yes, Vinod.
Oh, okay.
Please add.
Yeah. Let me stop the recording.
Okay.